Well, here we are. We're excited. Get this thing rolling. So happy to answer any questions that you guys may have.
Mark, anybody banged up going in this weekend might not be able to play, specifically Howard Becker and Kimball and Garrett Gainey.
Yeah, Becker and Kimball are dealing with minor lat issues. We think that it's nothing serious short long term, just a little bit of an inconvenience now. Becker probably will not pitch this weekend. Kimball probably will as of today. Gainey appears to be fine. And then Cassis and Causey are dealing with minor issues, nagging issues, but we're hoping they'll be able to play as well.
Yes, maybe I should sit over there. Last year, I think it was a little bit of a surprise in the preseason offensively that y'all didn't put up a whole lot of runs. Is there anything from a positive standpoint or negative standpoint this preseason that caught you maybe a little off guard?
Well, as you mentioned, last year our pitching dominated our hitters early on in the spring games, the inter-squad games, and so we weren't quite sure what to expect going into the season. And then opening night, we put up a lot of runs. So I think the inter-squads have been very competitive this spring. The hitters, I would say, were well ahead of the pitchers in the fall. But I would say this spring so far it's been fairly even in terms of good days, bad days for each. So I think the pleasant thing is to see that our pitchers have started to catch up to the hitters, and we're looking for good things out of both.
And just to follow up on that, like anything defensively or bullpen-wise or player-wise, anything come off differently?
Yeah, I mean, I think we saw a lot of things out of these guys in the fall, and I wouldn't say there have been any major surprises so far in the spring. A lot of guys have improved and gotten better, probably too many to mention. So we're anxious to play real games now to see, okay, who's going to really be able to step up and who are going to be the key pieces.
Hey, Coach, have you selected or told the guys who's starting this weekend on the mound?
Yeah, we'll go Jones, we'll go SQ, and we'll go Kimball.
And can you kind of take us through the process of deciding that and what you saw from those guys this spring?
Yeah, they've all earned it. Obviously, Matthew Becker was also in the mix before he had a minor setback, but they've all earned it. SQ is probably our most improved pitcher on the staff right now. Eli Jones has just been a steady pitcher for us and just keeps getting better and better. So he's earned the right to be that first guy. And Roman Kimball's very talented, has had some great moments in inter-squads, but again, he's still coming off Tommy John, so we're taking that into consideration as well. But for these guys, as of today, these are the guys that have earned that right.
Can you recall your very first opening day as a kid playing this game?
Well, that would have been a long, long time ago. I don't want to date myself, but I counted it up. This will be my 45th opening day in baseball, so been doing it for a long, long time. I've always had the passion and love for the game, and there's nothing like opening day. So if you love the sport, this is a great way to kick off the year.
Coach, obviously you had a high abnormal amount of injuries this past season. Going into this season, where do you feel like your competitive depth currently stands on this team as of right now?
I think offensively we probably go a little bit deeper than we did last year. We're only allowed to start 9 guys, which means there's going to be probably 3 or 4 guys that are used to consistent starting playing time that will not start the year as starters, and I think that speaks to the depth we'll have, a little bit more so than we've had in the past. So if we do run into injuries like we have, I'm hoping that it'll be more of a plug and play than we've had in the past.
You mentioned Causey and Casas dealing with some things. What would be the alternative at first base, and how confident would you be in that?
Yeah, Ethan Petrie can also play first base. We've been working him out there lately. He's played there in the past, and we're very confident. He's confident and comfortable, as he told me there. So if we need to go and look at Ethan Petrie there as well, we can also go that route.
Mark, what have you seen out of Miami of Ohio? Obviously, first game, crazy things happen.
Yeah.
What kind of club did they have last year, and what do they got coming back?
Well, it's a power team. They hit 79 homers last year, so they're a power team. It's a new coaching staff, so because of that, we're not quite sure what to expect. We've done our scouting reports. The assistant coaches have been working really hard on the offensive and the pitching side, but you just don't know. Because of the portal, because of new coaching staff, you're just not really sure what you're going to get. A lot of what we do will just be based on our strengths, and then we'll adjust as we go.
Coach, you guys are doing something for Tommy Moody before the game. I wanted to, give you the opportunity to offer any comments about such a Gamecock legend.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy's missed by all. One of the best to have ever done it. Nobody had more pride and love and passion for Gamecock baseball than Tommy did. He was a close friend of mine, close friend of many, and he's been sorely missed. And I think he'll be missed even more once we start playing games and we don't hear his voice and we don't hear his passion. And I don't go on the radio show with him so he can ask very detailed questions about how the weekend went. I'm going to miss all those things, but we are going to honor him as is deserved and in a manner that I think will make him and his family proud. And the one thing I can say is I know he'll be watching over us. And when you see us get good breaks during the year, I think we can look up and say Tommy might have had a hand on that.
How tight are the outfield spots, especially with Ethan potentially coming in to play first base?
The outfield probably is as much depth as we have. Jackson can start, Jones can start, Burnling has been a starter, Brewer has been a starter, Stone has been a starter, and Petrie and Horning have started a ton of games. So tremendous amount of depth out there and a very high level of competition.
Yeah, wanted to ask you about, I know there's things about the ballpark and about some of the fans of the ballpark that are kind of institutions. You got TK Sam out there waving the flag in the outfield and even, saying goodbye to the bus when you guys go on road trips and things like that. Can you talk a little bit about him and kind of the role that folks like that play in the environment at the ballpark?
Yeah, I think all great environments have things that are unique to that place, and Sam obviously is one of those for us. I think he supports all the athletic teams here equally. You can see him waving that flag at football. I know he's at every basketball game, men and women's. He's a super fan. He's super supportive through thick and thin, and I think, again, we have a lot of unique things at our ballpark, not only just the ballpark, but the people that compose this crowd. So we love all of them. We love all the support that we get, and Sam's a big part of that.
I'm sorry, one last line.
I can hear you without the microphone.
Do you have any update on Ricky and Michael Polk and Jake McCoy in terms of what they might be able to do for you and when they might be able to do it?
Yeah, we anticipate all of them helping. Polk, Williams, and McCoy are all very talented guys. Ricky has a lot of experience, at his previous school, as does Polk at Georgia. And then McCoy is a very talented freshman lefty. We anticipate them helping us at some point, hopefully sooner rather than later. But it's probably too early to tell exactly when that's going to be. Ricky has been throwing bullpens. McCoy has been throwing bullpens. Polk has thrown a couple. So we're moving in the right direction with those guys. It's just a little hard to tell when they'll exactly be ready for game action.
Any more questions, Coach?
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Mark.